The martial arts train a person on 3 levels: the body, the mind, and the spirit. The techniques make the body strong, the mind sharp, and the spirit vibrant. The Jedi way is the same. The 3 pillars of self-discipline, knowledge, and the Force do not speak of vague constructs, but of the 3 legs of the way. We train the body to be stronger and more capable. We train the mind to be more open and quicker. We train the spirit to be more sensitive and guided to our most needed moments. These 3 pillars are important to know to truly understand the depth of the way. The path is learned in the pillar of knowledge. It is here that we learn how a Jedi views the world and begins to understand their place in it. The pillar of self-discipline is where we learn of the arts, both physical and metaphysical, so we may act however we are called to. The pillar of the Force is where we learn to open ourselves to the greater mystery and the greater journey. This is where we learn to let go of the barriers between us, the finite, and the infinite of the Force. This is the reason that, at its core, the Jedi way will always be a holistic martial way. It encompasses all of these aspects at once, and cannot truly stand to any greater benefit with any aspect of the training missing. There is a saying, it would take 100 lifetimes to learn Kung Fu. Each aspect of it is tied to the same origin, but can be followed so deeply that all other aspects are all but forgotten. This is where the various focus points come from: the warrior, the mystic, the monk, the healer, and the shaman. One can strive to be a master of one, or a student of them all. This is, once more, also true of the Jedi way. A single person may train in every part of the way, and so long as their focus upholds the 3 foundational principles, the pillars of knowledge, self-discipline, and the Force, then they are free to find their place along the road. Because of this, many Jedi practice the martial arts as an integral part of their walking the way. There is no better suited practice to train all 3 pillars at once: the refinement of the body, the meditative nature of martial mind states, and the connection to the flow of the Force. All can be found at the same time in a single moment, a single action. Each trained technique is more than just a movement of the body. It is also a shifting of the mind, and an expression of the Force in motion. Most of the way can be learned without ever shedding a single drop of sweat, but these lessons are often less impactful, because they only work a single part of the way. A good example of this is meditation, but that calm focus fails us if we cannot use it in a time of need. Instead, we stand toe to toe and train that calm, while in immediate danger of being struck. This gives calm in the face of danger both close and afar. There are lessons in the martial arts that cannot truly be learned any other way, such as the ability to be our own blacksmith, acting as fire, hammer, and all at once. There is great benefit to earning our understanding through sweat and determination, rather than book study alone. These practices may not be for everyone, and that is fine. That does not mean that you cannot learn and grow from the training. However, the deeper insights into the Force and the path of the Jedi come from a history and inspiration of the martial practices of old. To ignore these origins simply because they are uncomfortable for a person is not right. Life is uncomfortable at times, and we must learn how to experience that sensation and adapt to it, so that when we cannot avoid the discomfort, we are not crushed by it. What we find some people doing needs to end. That is the people who spend more time trying to talk others out of some parts of the way that they don't support or find personal benefit in. That only robs potential knowledge and experience from those who may benefit from a different approach. The practice of the arts have taken the greatest blow here. The martial practice and deeper metaphysical training has been hushed to such an extent that their mention brings arguments of inability and inclusiveness. Each life is unique, and the Jedi are no different. However, silencing a source of knowledge and insight because some may not be able to join in is just as terrible an action as pushing for the training to be mandatory. Both acts are limiting and exclusive, and both stand actively against what it means to be Jedi. Both are acts of zealots and fanatics to bar the mention of a practice is an act of cowardice wrapped in the guise of altruism. To call for mandatory training is an act of sadism wrapped in a guise of pragmatism. The Jedi are light bringers, and to deny the martial arts as the foundation of the way is an act of snuffing out this knowledge. This is not the way. So, if you are called to train the martial, train hard, train often. May the Force be with you.